Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to our LinkedIn live session. Wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. As we raise our in a Thanksgiving toast, we express profound gratitude to our cherished customers, investors, advisors, partner, and well-wishers at Data Safeguard. Today, we are going to discuss on a very interesting topic, that is intelligently protecting data, a vital imperative in the digital age. We all know in today's interconnected world, data has become the lifeblood of modern society. From personal information, such as personally identifiable information, PII, or your sensitive medical records in the form of protected health information, PHI, our digital landscape is teeming with invaluable assets. The responsibility to safeguard these data treasures in a paramount concern. It's a duty that extends far beyond more compliance. How intelligently protecting data has emerged as a critical imperative of the organization and the individual, like you and me and my colleague Anjan. Anjan, welcome to this session.
Thank you, Amadar. Thank you for having me.
Sure. You want to introduce yourself and talk about what you're going to cover uh, in today's session.
Sure, it's Thanksgiving time, so gratitude to everyone who is concerned about privacy, especially to the engineers and product managers who are building, shaping new generation of products, and to all data safeguarders in particular, and every viewer and partners and well wishers, as you mentioned. So gratitude to all of you for everything that you are doing for data privacy. We we at Data Safeguard are we are not just a privacy company. We believe we are the touch bearers of privacy for the entire humanity. That's the angle that we are taking in. And I always take combine, you mentioned data privacy, I always combine that with identity. So that's the angle I love to take. And today, as you would be noticing, most of my points of view would be from an identity angle, and how do we intelligently protect the privacy in the data paradigm. So
That's great. Uh, I was noticing, how uh, the way you talk here, right? I mean, we are not just any artificial intelligence company or a data privacy company, and I'm sure you are going to touch upon that. We are the torch bearers of privacy for all of humanity. That humanity angle, AI for humanity. You are a big advocate. You are big, advocate for AI for humanity in a positive way, in ethical way, right? A responsible way. So definitely, I want to hear from you, Anjan, going forward. Anything you want to talk about, how things are shaping and touch upon the humanity piece, anything you want to kickstart, then you can deep dive into the different aspect of how we are intelligently protecting data.
right. As you mentioned, and I'll be repeating, we believe we are the touch bearers of privacy for all humanity. We proudly level ourselves as a privacy engineering powerhouse.
Mm.
uh, we engineer the very essence of data using AI to safeguard the privacy of individuals and enterprises, wielding this extraordinary power within a vast 1 trillion TAM. Um, we believe our journey is akin to the greenfield exploration, which is frequently leading us towards less traveled path, guided by the intelligent approaches all through the steps. So the frequently the intelligence, the AI, and privacy discourse revolves around the definition of artificial intelligence, right? With the questions about what constitutes intelligence and precisely what artificial intelligence entails. Many times in the field, we rely on our own intuitions to navigate this landscape. When there are certain times when intuitive sparks actually help us. We seize them from the inspiration. So one such moment of epiphany dawned on me during one of our recent scrum calls after the team's update. I was observing the conversations, and it went towards something called reimagining what I called during the time is conversational intelligence. So what I noticed is conversational intelligence encapsulates the amalgamation of cerebral computation, bridging the chasm between the thoughts and their verbal expressions. That definition actually originated in the language that I speak, in the language I mostly think, non-business. That was like ଭାଷା ଓ ଭାବର ଦୂରତା ଦୂର
Wow.
କରିବାର ମାନସିକ ପ୍ରକ୍ରିୟା ହେଉଛି ବୁଦ୍ଧି ବା conversational intelligence ବା ବାର୍ତ୍ତାଳାପ ବୁଦ୍ଧି. So that was kind of a hint towards how I approach intelligence and application of that intelligently to the data privacy field. Damodar. uh,
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You are great in that space. That's why I told. I mean, AI for humanity and whatever you talk about in a one sentence in Odia. So I love it. So if I add, as we navigate through the new era of digital transformation, the importance of intelligently protecting data cannot be overstated. Right? This endeavor transcends uh, the confines of cybersecurity, right? We say data privacy is the first line of defense, and cybersecurity comes next, right? So we are actually protecting at source, at edge. That means it encompasses the holistic approach that incorporates technological, ethical, and legal consideration. Let's explore this multifaceted perspective of the safeguarding our data intelligently. I have few points like I want to touch upon the technological vigilance, ethical consideration, and so on. So let me hear more about your perspective. Then I can talk about my perspective on the ethical consideration, technological vigilance, and so on. So forth.
sure, thank you. I I consider this in the realm of privacy engineering,
Mhm.
and I consider this from two paradigms. Like when it comes to applying this privacy engineering, I consider two paradigms, which I call it as PMT,
Mhm.
that involves the personal, material, and territory combined paradigm, combined with something called SCP, subject, controller, processor paradigms. So intelligent solutions to leveraging AI in these paradigms to resolve the what I call as a privacy paradox. The paradox emerges when most individuals in the business, or most individuals as common individuals like you and me, we don't care about much about privacy individually, right? Now, most individuals and businesses seems to be, may I use the word apathetic
Yeah.
about privacy. So given the overwhelming data deluge, we just don't care, right? It's a challenge when we're addressing the privacy remains as an often underrepresented concern in many circles. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, the good part is policy frameworks are evolving and emerging globally, primarily in regions which are demonstrating some form of care at an institutional scale for privacy. um, an aspect that often overlooked is the identity angle,
Right.
and this is where Sudhir's path to intelligent data protection using identity truly shines,
Yeah.
right? So that's where, like, we take a PMT approach, encompassing the personal intelligence of a being, right? A
Mm.
human being, the personal intelligence, and then the personal information, basically. Then material intelligence of belonging, what that person, where that person belongs to, and what things that person belongs. So that's called material intelligence. So now personal identifiable information, and then another series of information related to what material thing this person is belonging. And then the territorial intelligence, like in which territory, in the which context of operational territory an individual operates. These are all signatures of identity which can be um, derived through many form of technological, including different forms of technology which exist. For example, like browser
Yeah.
signature can be recognized using a territorial context for an individual. So our approach to data privacy in data safeguard demands, like, and another way to look at it, subjective intelligence, like
Yeah.
intelligence on the subject, in the context, intelligence on the control, right? What control I should have on the privacy of my data that is going out in the public for a certain uses. That's what we will call it as control intelligence. And then it, everything in the context of enterprise, it goes in certain set of convoluted processes, and there we will have to apply intelligence for privacy, and we call that as a process intelligence in the SCP. So our CCE, with its ensemble, follows the DICTR models, allows us to take this path in these two contexts. And that is what I would call it as our approach to intelligently protecting data and privacy and identity of the individuals, Damodar.
A great point, Sanjan. So, if I want to add on the ethical and the legal framework, what we do. So, whatever you talk about technological aspect, right? I mean, beyond the technological aspect, there are profound ethical dimension to data protection, right? For an example, the custodian of my data, your data, must be respected in the privacy landscape. The rights of individuals, right? And we're talking about intelligently protecting data demands transparency, consent, right? And a commitment to using data for the intended purpose, not for to defect it, right? And ethical data stewardship engenders a trust, a commodity as valuable as the data itself. If I put the legal framework, so we all are aware of the legislative framework such as General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR), widely known. In Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act (HIPAA), provides a clear guidelines to intelligently protecting PII and PHI respectively, right? So the compliance with this regulation is not just a legal obligation, it reflects a commitment to a responsible data management. So that's why how the intelligently protecting data club with the compliance regulation and the ethical aspect or the legal framework, that will actually consider how we are progressing in the interconnected world. Next, Anjan, anything
Sure.
you want upon moving
Yeah.
forward? Yeah.
Going forward, I would like to touch upon our applications.
Hmm.
So our engine and the framework and the application range from applied privacy intelligence for concerned individual, proactive privacy aware enterprises who are partnering with us, and quite often we while we work with them, we are in the path of pioneering paths for the enterprises grappling with shifting regulatory landscapes. So we find ourselves walking into new paths all the time through the applications powered by the framework and the engine.
Yeah.
So our customer success is actually intrinsically linked to solutions that we offer. We we are looking forward to navigate with our partners
Mhm.
in many paths towards the total market size that we are looking at. I think we believe the world is opening up for these opportunities, and I think everyone should be intelligently thinking about protecting the privacy and securing their identities in a fervent mission of their own.
Well
So
said. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, so that's what I was trying to conclude, that every individual should be intelligently protecting their own privacy and securing their own identities, and to tell everyone that this is Data Safeguards Fervent Mission 2, and I'm personally involved in that. Happy to be.
Great points, insights, Anja. So, if I conclude, intelligently protecting data has really reason to the become one of the most pressing challenges of our times. If you see, in our time, we have seen non-digital and now digital, right? So, it's a spectrum of discipline we talk about, from technology to ethics to legal compliance and collaborative approach. We alone cannot do anything. It should be a collaborative approach with government, regulation, enterprise, and companies like us. And in a age where data is both a prize assets as a potential liability, our ability to intelligently protect and how it will define our digital future. As a guardians of the new age, we must approach this task with unwavering dedication and a commitment to the principles of vigilance, ethics, and collaboration. Only then we can ensure the safe passage of our data treasurer into the uncharted territory of tomorrow. That's why we call it, we are the future of data privacy, compliance, and the synthetic fraud prevention SaaS company. Any concluding remark, Anjan?
No, let it be a fervent mission of every individual to care about their privacy and identity via the data they generate and that they operate on. That would be my conclusion.
Great. Thank you, Anjan. I appreciate your time and the insightful discussion you talk about. No, we are just not a privacy or a AI company. We are building the future of data privacy,
Privacy.
compliance, and synthetic fraud, which will be definitely, for all good things happening to safeguard our data. Thank
Touch
you so
privacy,
much.
touch
Yeah,
bearers for the humanity.
for the humanity. Yeah, that is what I love it. Yeah. So thank you so much, and thank you, audience, and we appreciate. I get your messages on LinkedIn, and keep doing that, and we'll come back with another this kind of session on data privacy, compliance, and synthetic fraud sometime soon. Till then, take care and safeguard your data, and wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you.